Welcome to the Genuine Podcast. Thanks for hanging with us. We hope that you enjoy this podcast and subscribe if you like. Let's check into our current topic. Hey guys, thanks for joining the podcast today. This is the pilot. So this is going to be a little explanation of what we're hoping to do and the systems we're hoping to create. We're going to create systems that go in grades and in heights and in education levels. I think that the most important three things that can help people or culture, society, and education. And that being said, I'm a Christian and I talk about Christ and I talk about life. And what I want for you is I want you to grow in wherever you want to grow in that direction towards Christ. I want to talk about life. I want to talk about the things that might help you personally, where you're at with your family. Even if it seems like you don't want to make a commitment to Christ or anything like that, I think that solid advice would help you. I'm no counselor. I don't consider myself a true scholar, but I do study the Word a lot, and I have a lot of life experience with friends and families and marriages and things like that I have to do. I can tell you some of my mistakes, but I'm going to focus mostly on what my successes were and how I would learn to change my habits and do things differently and better. A lot of us may misunderstand life. A lot of us were raised in different cultures. Our society has taught us many things that we probably don't need. And our education isn't the best. And so there's a lot of things that I'm going to try to develop as we record more, as we give out more, as we do more. I'm hoping to get you to a place where you're able to pull up resources, to do things on your own time at your self-pace, but to really figure out what you need. And I can only give you what I have. So in no way, shape, or form am I going to try to convince you to do anything, but I'm going to tell you what I believe. I'm going to tell you what I think works, what I know works, and if you try and put it to practice and it works, let me know. If it doesn't, feel free to ask questions. I'm not here to judge anybody differently. I'm here to explain things, and there will be judgments that I make that I believe in, and that's okay, and I can explain all those things. We're going to talk about Bible education. We're going to talk about regular education. We're going to talk about normal life. We're going to talk about hard lives, society things that are differences. We're going to talk about topics that move people in the direction of success and move people in the direction of failure. So with this pilot, I just wanted to explain that the Genuine Podcast is for you. It's for you to understand where I come from, what I'm doing, and how I'm doing it. I think that every person deserves a chance to grow where they want to grow. And I believe that Jesus' principles help us a lot, but I think his reality and his love for us really push us to know him better. A lot of this in the beginning is going to be learning things about the Bible that you probably don't know, learning things about Christ, explaining things. I'm going to have education levels that are Christian-based and also non-Christian-based. And what I mean by that is I'm going to talk to people about what Christians already know in the church. But I'm going to talk to people who don't know anything about church or Jesus or anything about society, or think that they do know something, but they haven't really gotten to contact. They kind of stayed at a distance. Maybe it's because of self-worth or self-fear. And maybe it's because of things that you think God won't like you, maybe. And then there's education levels. I know I kind of mentioned this before, but sometimes there's words and things that people don't understand. And I'm going to try to explain as much as I can in our cultures and societies and churches, and our cultures and societies outside of churches. And I want to explain things. I want to help you. I want to give you things that are really going to work and help you to understand things. I'm not here to get you into church, and I'm not here to kick you out of church. I'm here to balance life and show you that Christ really desired us to live in a healthy way. My number one goal is to get us as people to exist well. To exist not just in peace with everybody around us, because that's really factually impossible, and I'll tell you why. It's impossible because there are people out there who choose to disagree and who choose not to listen. And with that being said, there are Christians out there doing that, and there are people who don't like Christians that are doing that. And there's a mix and balance of both. So I hope to bring things out that people need. I hope to see you grow from this, and I hope I grow from this. But the Genuine Podcast may develop in many things. I have a color code system that I'm going to show you guys sometime. I have education levels. I have society norms. I may talk about things, yo, bro, this is what we're doing. This is how it's going to happen. And I may not, because that might be too cheesy for some of you. And then I may talk about educational things, I may talk about educational things that help you and learn about eschatology, learn about centricism, learn about self-centeredness, learn about things like Calvary and salvation and what those words mean, to learn about, deism, and learn about Buddhism and Hinduism, eschatology. Oh, I already said that, didn't I? Well, here we go. Christian scientism, or Christian science, I should say. Different things. And words I might even make up. They might not even be real words, but they're my words, and that's what this is about. I'm not here to tell you all about my faults. A lot of people are going to read the title, Genuine, and they think I want to be trying to connect and be like, yo, bro, I'm just like you. I'm just like this. I'm just like that. That's not my goal. I know that's what a lot of people would expect with a title like that. You want to relate to people who are hurting. You want to relate to people who are confused and don't understand. But the truth is I don't think God meant for us to stay there. I don't, we make a lot of connection with celebrities who can't understand what basic life is like when they originally came from it, but now they can't. Why is that? Because they have what they need. They have more than enough to get out of cycles that everyday people are at. They have an excellent life. Perhaps it's not godly, perhaps it's not appropriate, but they have an excellent life of their choice. Well, my goal is to bring us to a level where we understand that Christ has given us excellence, and he's given us standards of living, standards of motivation, standards of culture and society, and education that will help us. It's not about going to seminary. It's not about, and some of you don't know what seminary is. That's okay. It's basically Bible school, but at a higher level, university level. And some of you want to go to Bible school, which is not really seminary. So, we may do things like read through chapters. Go through it to help you understand it. Put it into context. The best context that I know. May not be perfect, but it's going to be what I know. And it'll push me to study more, to help me to be better. We may talk about life. I may not even bring out the Bible, but talk to you about experiences and how to help people and how to relate to people and how to help family and how to help yourself and how to help bad situations from happening or help you in bad situations. My goal, like I said, is life, development, self-betterment. But this is not just mental ascent or bringing you up to a higher level of thinking. This is getting deep down into the rooted problems and systemic issues that we have that will help you to break out of what you think about yourself, what you think about others, and what you think about God. I really want you to have the real God that I know. And I love him. And I love God. And some of you would even argue with that. It's like, God is not a him. Well, we could talk about that, and I don't disagree with you, but I don't agree with you either, and there's a reason for that. But that's for another time. Right now, in this pilot project, we're beginning with small things. We're going to talk about the Bible. We're going to talk about how to help you see God clearly, how to help you get started, how to help you look into things. This is not for Bible studies per se, but this is going to be my time with you. And I hope that you enjoy it. Today, take some time to understand this statement. Today is your day. Don't let anyone take it from you. That's what God spoke to me in one of the most trying times in my heart, the most trying times in my life. He said, today is your day. Don't let anyone take it from you. It empowered me. It gave me the strength to understand that I have to choose my priorities. I have to choose those things that are in my capability. I may not be able to choose other people's decisions, but I can definitely choose my own. And with that, I began to progress and become better in things. And I want you to as well. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time on the Genuine Podcast. By the way, I'm about to repeat that in the outro of this video. So if I'm repetitive, I'll work on that. I'm editing my own videos, man. What are we going to do? See you later.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us. If you enjoyed today's podcast, hit that subscribe button and share with someone you know. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes, and we will catch up with you on the next episode.